Hello and welcome everyone back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and my players as always. One of them is here in spirit, but that should be fine. So, in the last two episodes, our group had been doing some salvaging at the old battlefield site. They had gained some goodies. They were technically after another perpetual motion machine. They didn't find one, but they found a Necron equivalent, so, you know. And a few other goodies.
That is good enough.
So after they found their goodies, they packed up their shit, and they have headed back to the Sky Tower, which is where we are going to go now. So, was there anything you wanted to do in the Sky Tower?
Let's do another day of looting. No.
No, I didn't open up the box.
You would probably kill me.
Yeah, something might. Something might.
Yes, let's spend another 2 months just looting.
Just grabbing the loot.
Until you go on your holiday, all we're doing is looting.
Yeah. Come back, it's like, what exactly did you guys loot? I can't remember.
Everything. We have stripped it bare.
So, why have they got so many Astartes? Why have they got a...
We accidentally found the fourth legion? No, second legion?
No, it's 5 Astartes in a cryostasis pods.
Yeah, but we've been looting that long, we accidentally found the missing legion.
We found the missing one. So, right, we are currently in the Sky Tower. As you arrive, the guards just open the gates for you. They're not too worried about you. But as you approach, you notice that there is a large group of shield sisters that have gathered in the main square. The preacher, who actually I should have moved forwards a bit, with the Sisters of Battle on the ramparts of the wall that surrounds the Sky Tower. They are currently doing a sermon to the Emperor. The sermon in particular is very... I want to say introverted, but that's not really what the word I'm looking for. It's essentially it's a sermon about looking after our own, about staying within our own borders, about strengthening ourselves for the Emperor, of course.
Isolationist.
Isolationist, that's the word. Yes, thank you very much. It is a very isolationist type sermon. Can I get some... Ooh, would it be... Perception? Yeah, you can give me perception rolls.
Real quick, because I had some pretty damn good rolls yesterday.
You can give me some perception rolls. I will roll Craze for him. Did you get rid of a 1?
I got rid of... I did get rid of a 100, actually. But my first 2 rolls would have been 30 and a 3.
You know what? I just learned to accept it. Because in the end, Lady Luck will do whatever she wants. So, see?
Lady Luck can fucking buy me dinner first before she fucks me. She's usually been doing. Sorry, awareness flat or plus what? Sorry.
Just do a flat awareness. Just wondering if there's another thing that you could do. So Cray, you got a 13 with 5 degrees of success, 6 with +1 for passing.
Can I? Okay. The fuck? Can I roll Imperial Creed to see what the sermon, to see if I can actually like or not even recollect, but like see what type of like sermon and shit he's going for?
Yeah, sure, you can do that. That's not a problem.
Any chance I can get a +10 for having that book? The hang on. The what the fuck is it?
If I hit him
Journal
in the
of
head,
the Gunheil prayer journal.
if I hit him in the head with the Lactitio Divinitatis, does that help?
Oh, you have the actual Lactitio Divinatus, for fuck's sake.
Sure, you can get a +10, and sure, you can hit him with the good book. You get scowled at when I should probably roll to see
Motherfucker!
if the Sisters of Battle see it.
If that would give him a plus, then yes, I would. If not, no.
So Heinrich, you definitely get the gist of it. You may not know it verbatim. But yeah, you definitely get the gist of he is preaching of isolationist. He's preaching about staying within the borders, not exploring, not opening up to trade, and so on and so forth. Cray, you notice as you're looking around that the people don't seem to be with this. They do not seem to be on the defensive. They very much want to be on the offensive. They want to be going out and taking back their world. There's mutterings. There's people who don't really seem to be on the same wavelength as Odlif, I believe his name is. And as... yeah, I imagine there are definitely some murmurings within the crowd as well. So the preacher, Odlif, the deacon, is preaching about being isolationist, about staying within the walls, not going out, not exploring, not taking back the world. And this
is scared to get.
Yeah, this seems to be the opposite of what the people of the Sky Tower were kind of aiming for.
Okay.
And again, the sermon isn't really being listened to as well. You can see that people are still going about their day. They're still doing normal things. They're not stopped in rapture of what he's saying. And yeah, again, there are far more shield sisters around than what would normally have presented themselves. Oh, look, a 13 and a 14. And at 48, and at 46, they all could be passing.
I would have had some decent rolls there if I just fucking kept with it. But you know what? No, fuck me. Fuck you, the fool!
So as you've come in, you're kind of getting to the end of the sermon anyway. Odlif doesn't seem to have really noticed that you have arrived. He seems to be more ingratiated into his own sermon than everyone else.
Of course.
And
are any of the mechanics around?
Not in the square. There are mechanics around, but not in the square. Odlif makes his way down off the walls as the Sisters of Battle continue to stand on the walls, full power armor. It does seem as if the power armor's off because they're not really moving, or if they do move, it is very strained.
Yeah.
But again, what's the point in powering it up when you're just there for intimidation purposes? As Odlif's speech ends, Azurus. No. Amareth. I remembered her name earlier. Arenas. No.
Arenas.
It is Arenas, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be Arenas. Arenas.
Or her anus.
You are very prone to the anus, you know that?
Look, it's an actual 40k name, all right? It was an actual 40k name that I heard from an audiobook, and I was like, that's a good, strong female name for a commander. That's, and then yeah, it does have anus in it.
So you heard a name that has an anus, and your mind immediately went to that's a strong, good name.
That's a strong name. It can hold a lot of shit. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm sure she could dish out a lot of shit. So she,
you know what? She could dish out a lot of shit and you could take a beating. There you
go. She turns around
buddy.
and
I fucking hate myself for saying that.
She turns around and she appears to be addressing some of the other Shield sisters, almost conspiratorially, you know, whispering, bringing them close, having a quick word, and then looking around. But she turns fully around and is almost taken aback that you guys are there. So let me just remember. So everyone here has a kind of a Scottish accent.
Yes.
And
Scottish.
The Imperials have the more English accent.
English.
They do.
Yes.
They do indeed. So no, it's a resness. A resness. A resness comes down. It's not anus. It's a resness. It may say anus in her name. It's not meant to.
Oh my god!
Resness.
Oh my god! When you zoom in, yes, it's not anus. It is SNUS. When I zoomed out, it did look like AREANUS.
It does. It does. I will admit. Hang on.
Fuck you, roll 20.
Just for the chat. Look, when you zoom in, it actually a resness. See, there's no A. That the S is not an A. It's not. Yeah. God damn you.
I'm sorry, Tess.
No, because I was looking at it zoomed out, going, I swear that's not her name. I swear that is not Aina. That is not.
I got very confused there because I'm pretty sure that wasn't her name as well.
Yeah, it's a resness. So a resness turns around and again looks almost a little bit shocked and, greetings, rogue trader and company crew. I wasn't expecting you all back so soon. I take it your scavenging went well?
Yes. Well, we did say we'd be back in 2 days. It has been. I make a very dramatic very dramatic show of pulling out one of the 3 chronos I found. Yeah, I think it's roughly the same time.
Why, that's a very nice watch.
Here. Just hand it to her and I pull out another one.
You have a watch for every single finger.
I have a watch for my watch.
I see you found a lot of them. Well, I hope there's better things than just She taps the watch and then readjusts the time slightly.
That was like an hour off. My watch was still in British summertime when they were like in GMT.
She steps towards you. Was it, I take it was your intention to have the barman ask around for any volunteers for your new settlement?
I'm going to give a little bit of a quizzical look. Get a little bit of a look behind, seeing the guy talking about isolationism, and then look back at a resonance. And, just a couple of pointed questions here and there, maybe.
Well, I will let you know that some in the community have been passing on word to the fool in his tower. He seems to think that we are weakening ourselves.
Is that so? So he believes you are weakening yourselves because you spread yourselves out amongst this planet, correct?
Well, someone told him that you were looking for more volunteers, and he is now preaching that we should stay within our walls and we should not venture out. I'll tell you now, it is the exact opposite of what we were hoping would happen. And she kind of gives a side eye to the side of her and then looks you dead in the eye. But volunteers are volunteers, and he has no say over who comes and goes, so...
I mean, people have already made up their mind. When we look at the rural villages we've already re-established contact with.
Aye, and he's not too happy about that either.
I see. We will see about that. I did say we were going to try to have a conversation when we get back, but maybe we should speed things up a bit.
And is that the big bastard you took into the pub?
I did not take him anywhere. This is I motioned over towards Cray. I was like, this is Cray's magnificent bodyguard.
Some beep boops in confirmation come from Cray.
Beep boop.
And that's the thing that blew up the person that struck one of my people, then?
Yes.
She smiles and walks off. Very well.
Yeah, I'm keeping things simple. Yeah. There's no point denying it. Everyone fucking already knows because half the fucking village was already in the fucking bar listening to the stories.
They were indeed. They were indeed. So as Eresnus returns to somewhat of her place, middle ground of the area, a number of the Shield Sisters move closer. They inquire as to how many volunteers you were looking for.
Yep.
Alarms from the Brazilian. Someone is stealing something.
Sorry. It's the neighbor's alarm.
Are they stealing the power junction box again?
It's back. No, it's just someone being dumb, most likely. that always happens over here. Dumb people being dumb, sorry.
Fair enough.
Stop.
Understandable.
That's all right. It's fine.
Shit. I don't actually remember how many volunteers we needed. Because we needed a mix of...
Did we have a set number of people we wanted?
Not really a set number. We needed volunteers. We could do some volunteers for security, but we could also do with actual skilled labor, not just the unskilled laborers from Izmir.
Because the thing is, we could in theory get the best of the best and move them to be security guards at our main HQ, because we will need people to secure and maintain that location while we're away.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can tell you now, you do have a set number of positions that you can take at the moment because you've only got one truck.
Yeah.
And you already have 4 Izmirians with you?
Yes. However, they count as meat shields on the side of the truck, so...
Yeah, You can put them on the roof, I suppose. This is true. They have been taught the lessons of how to cling on.
Hang on, we just got seats. What the hell's going on? Why are we now on the roof again?
They'd take it as a badge of honor. We get to ride on the top.
You get to be our sirens. Every time you approach an enemy, we go wee woo, wee woo.
It's like being on a bus. Top deck's always there.
Oh.
Or it's like being in India.
Oh.
Oh. But that also happens to be on top of the train as well. But
This is true.
Oh, buddy.
Before we get this cancelled again,
Can't cancel the uncancelable.
again, we're just gonna. I will just point out that at the moment we're kind of limited on space with how much people we can transit. But anyone willing to work, anyone who wishes to work security or skilled labor will be more than welcome.
They nod and they point to the pub.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
they make room so you can move through.
I will.
My roll 20. My internet or my PC is breaking, one or the other. I think it's probably my internet. It's all right. It's just everything's very slow. Very
Craig, give the woman your watch.
Do you have hardware acceleration on this?
Do I have what?
Hardware acceleration?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's just the internet around here has been a bit crappy for, well, actually like 6 months now.
Gotcha.
Like, I remember a time when I could have as many tabs open as stream, do everything, and it was be beautifully crisp and smooth. And yeah, those times are long gone.
You don't complacent. Need more variety in your internet providers.
I need another like 4 people to magically build houses in a road in a place where they can't build houses. So white fiber will actually put fiber optic down. I think they want us to pay to dig a trench, to put a trench in, and my dad was like, it's too expensive. I asked if I could just dig the trench, but can't we do the manual labour for them?
Yeah. Come on, barter system, motherfuckers. We're going to need it after we get fucking... Never mind.
You just lay the wire, I'll do the digging. It's not that fucking difficult to dig a fucking trench. But no, sadly not.
You creakers do this shit full time. What the hell? Sorry, I had to fucking clean some shit off my PC. Ugh.
So as you move up towards the pub, as you asked about mechanics, you'll find that there are 2 named characters and some non-named characters.
Mm.
Oh, I'm running out of space. They're just gonna have to stand on the pub, I suppose. Just gonna have to stand in the buildings.
Jim, why does that remind me of the fucking character you played in the civilian game?
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
Probably because she was blonde. But like, I have her here still.
Yeah.
But like, not the same character. Hold on.
She was blonde and she had a big hammer because she was a blacksmith.
Yeah, basically. I still have her here in the list of RPG avatars. Hold on. I'll just find her and send it to you.
I think she is blonde.
Yeah. She is, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, she is blonde.
It probably is the exact same token.
It's not the exact same token at all.
Oh.
Her token was 3D.
I get you.
I think I have it. It's close to this girl. I have a lot of RPG token characters saved, man. Hold on. Give me a minute.
That's fine. It just remind me of it because Big Hammer, because I remember you crushed a heretic's head with it.
Yeah, I missed that. I have so many. Good God.
I like the combat hammer, especially in Dark Heresy 2. Has concussion.
Can I give you a little quick tangent real quick?
Sure.
So in Black Crusade last night, one of the Iron Warriors players is slowly becoming an obliterator. And at this point, his mind has degraded where he still thinks he's fighting during the heresy. So when they boarded this spaceport, when he emerged from the drop pod, rather than see the orcs in front of him, he saw Imperial fists. And like, come face me, sons of Dorne! And he just so happened to have emerged into an armory. And he thought he saw a Thunderhammer. It was not a Thunderhammer. It was the orcs' artillery round on a stick. Tank hammer.
Oh.
So he picked it up and swung it at an orc, and it exploded. And his fucking deranged mind, it went, they haven't been looking after their weapons. These pathetic sons of Dorne can't even maintain a Thunderhammer.
Oh.
Get rid of the zealot. I don't know why I've got the zealots as... Oh yeah, I think so. I think the zealot ones are the ones who are in favour of the Odlif. I think that's why there are zealots, blacksmiths, and so on and so forth. Basically, these ones, for anyone watching, they approve of Odlif and his cowardly ways. Whereas, well, you can't even see those ones. These are normal Izmirians down here. There you go. So, as you move up towards the pub, you'll notice that the mechanics are here. Jake moves over and greets Cray, and then very quickly moves past Cray and begins looking and poking and prodding Bob. He does actually have quite a lot of in-depth information about Bob, saying its serial number, its design, its when it was built, where it was put together, and so on and so forth. A lot of useless information for the rest of you, but interesting information to Cray. It was just the rest of you were like, what the fuck is he talking about?
The fuck did you just fucking... Okay.
Oh, well, yes, Heimlich, sorry, I got carried away. A number of the lesser mechanics overheard that you were looking for volunteers. Of course, me and Damon cannot go. Vital to this place's continued operation. But the lesser mechanics, he motions over to the three. They're not as knowledgeable as me and Damon. Although Damon's mind is not quite with it, and their minds are better, but they've learnt the old ways. Or is it the new ways now? I suppose I'm quite old, and he goes on a tangent. As a reminder, because it was a long time ago, the mechanics of this world used to use a kind of mind impulse unit, where they would have... So Jake basically has an advanced version of Adeptus Mechanicus implants. He had all the knowledge downloaded into his brain, and it worked perfectly fine. They have since run out of those components, and recycling them, reusing them, damages them. Damon is the only young mechanic to have the implants installed, and when the data was downloaded into his brain, it didn't really work very well. So he has scrambled information. So it's gonna, yeah, he's not as good as Jake. The operation is so dangerous that very few actually go through this process. The other mechanics, they all learn the old school way of from books.
Yeah. Okay.
They heard about this Bob. They were quite intrigued. Quite intrigued. It's rare that you would see a and he gives the exact code for its creation. Very rare, these. I'm surprised you've got one, really.
The exact serial number.
He lists off the exact serial number and actually points out like the fucking maker's mark, like where they had stamped on the side, like the person who physically built it. It's like, what the fuck?
I won't mass produce these ones. They're very, very rare. He goes on and starts talking about his weapon systems and calibrating things. And again, Cray's fascinated by the information. Many beats and boots of pleasure.
It has twin conversion beamers, my dude.
Many happy beeps and boops come from Cray, but the rest of you are like, what the fuck is he talking? Like serial numbers and codes and fucking...
I don't know if he's listed
engine a few minutes ago.
At this point, I can't tell if he's talking about a machine or a Krieg Korsman. He's just talking about all these numbers. Well, yes, Jake. We are talking. We did hope to put the word out somewhat of requests for volunteers to come assist us. We have a new venture going that will require some skilled hands. We have a few already, but the more the merrier, and the better the better. I didn't work on that analogy too well. I apologize.
Oh, no need. It's understandable. We get there in our age. Kind of looks at you. Shrugs.
I'm looking at him. I was like, hang on, what age is?
You're fucking 18. What?
What age is he? Because I think I like. Hang on, where the fuck am I again? Where the fuck is like my stuff? They moved it all around. Hang on.
So he's like well over 100.
Okay. I'm not as old as him then. Although I am in my 50s.
He has clearly had rejuvenate agents used on him.
Yeah.
Because there are telltale signs. So he looks in his 70s, but he is well into his hundreds. And is there we mechanics, we kind of stay out of what's going on in the tower and so forth. We do our own thing, and they're not allowed in our areas, and we give them the tower as their own. He kind of looks around and whistles to one of the mechanics. Now the mechanics are treated very well in this community.
Mm-hmm.
They grab this moron and they drag him away. Oh, fuck off over there. So okay. He looks around again. He comes to the side of the pub and is there any way that we can maybe, I don't know, replace the wee little man in the robes?
I'm going to exaggerate this when I'm doing it, but like I raise my like the eyebrows go up. I look very shocked face. And, you're thinking of replacing Odla.
Well, I don't know how you all do it. We would not necessarily get rid of him. Normally, well, your people kind of came in and just assumed to take over power. And we were fine with them having their little tower. I know it's ours by right and birth, but we accepted. This was part of the deal that we did with the previous rogue trader, and the former deacon was a good man. He kind of understood that we are not your people. We have a different way of doing things. Wee little man is, well, pain in the ass. We're finally getting a chance to rebuild, to take back some of our lost territory, and you know, your group seems to be more understanding of, stagnation if we stay here and don't do anything, and his obsession with keeping the shields fully charged kept us from, moving along, and now that that's all gone, and we've got more power to spare, and we can make more weapons, and we can outfit our people with better things, and so on and so forth.
That is a point I meant to bring up as well. Power. Sorry, continue. Sorry. That came to mind. I had to fucking spit it out so I remembered.
Is there no, like, I don't know, like a voting process in your lands? Is there no way to, like, amicably remove him? Or does it have to be,
It doesn't have to be bloodshed, but it's a political game. I wouldn't say the great game, but did Roll20? No. Okay, no, never mind. I thought fucking Discord just restarted on me again. Jesus Christ, no, it was Steam. Why is everything restarting? The hell? Hello?
Hello?
Are you still here?
Hello. Okay, thank God. Also, hey, Albie. I thought you're on your PC now.
Have an Albie.
Okay. It is a political game. It's very much a balancing act when it comes to things. I have an idea of a way to do this, but I have an idea, but I will need to go over it. I need some time for preparation for it. In the meantime, I think I have a couple of ideas short term that may already assist not only the village, but all of you for a while, for a time. I can't just say we're going to gut him and throw him out or anything like that. This has to be done properly. He is, you may not realize it, but he is the standing rank for the Imperial Creed. And you may not realize it, but you are citizens of the Imperium. Things are done differently on this world, as they are every world. He just sees it too much as the ecclesiarchal world he came from. He's expecting things to be the exact same from the gilded cage he fled from.
He nods in understanding. I can understand that there are procedures to go through, a manual that has to be followed. That's, Understandable, as long as there are means and processes in which, things can be done. But the issue is, the more we resettle areas, the more, and he kind of motions to the person who was removed from this area, the more of these, please don't take offense to it, but the zealots who have overly adapted to your creed, there are here. We seem to be sending more of our loyal people out, and there are more of their loyal people here.
I see. I'll try and accelerate this then, but okay. What do you know of? I just kind of motioned to myself. My rank, my station.
Well, we were given a brief overview of the previous rogue trader. He had a high position in the Imperium, but he was a standalone. As he put it, all rogue traders are above common law, if you put it that way. And, we were informed the previous deacon was high-ranking for a civilian area. But we were also told that they were more of the priests of your creed. They dealt with the worship of the god emperor. You didn't really think they had much to do with the day-to-day running and what people could and could not do.
They do and they don't. It is a strange affiliation. It's the fact that the ecclesiarchal presence here, especially after the departure of the previous rogue trader, was much stronger, that they took roost. They are the, in a sense, primary imperial power in this region. You said it yourself, you still see yourselves as apart from the Imperium.
Aye, well, no one here would say that we are Imperials. We are not. We are of this world and this culture and this... We don't have a creed in the same way as you all do. We are warriors and engineers and so on.
And yet you are human. The one thing that unites everyone in the Imperium is they are human. I have seen many different worlds.
He gives a side eye to the cloven hooved one.
I'm just gonna be quiet because
my retinue notwithstanding. After all, she is a bodyguard and accompanying companion. But fuck, I lost my trail of thought there. God damn it.
Sorry. So you've been on many worlds. You've seen many worlds.
Yes, I've been on many worlds. I've seen many different cultures. None as sophisticated yet. This world is unique and it is sophisticated, but still frontier-like, despite its sophistication. If you understand me.
The former rogue trader did say that we were on the edge of what he would call imperial space. Well, that makes sense.
Yes, you'd be on the verge of imperial standard. On near frontier world, a near feudal world at times as well, judging by some of the other minor colonies. But even some of them would still see themselves as not imperial until, of course, we come along. My point here is, what is Olaf's primary claim to this time?
Jake kind of makes a bit of a face, and his only claim is that he took over after the last deacon. And he was the deacon's apprentice, or second man, or boy.
Yes. So, by right of succession, he has taken the place of the ecclesiarchy. So, what does the ecclesiarchy want in this town? And I kind of start nudging my head towards the chapel, or the church, the tower.
I believe that the murals there depict your emperor.
Yes. So, by right, if we were to do things the imperial way, by right, the ecclesiarchy should stand watch over its temples. However, this settlement does not need to be under the ecclesiarchal watch. However, that would mean establishing an imperial government within the city, within this town, and establishing a small outpost of the administratum.
Kind of looks up for a moment and like squints his eyes. The paper pushers.
Yes. You would need to be able to justifiably place not a monarch, but a mayor of sorts, as well as a small body of administratum personnel. They should take over as you probably had previously before the ecclesiarchy moved in, the running and day-to-day of the actual administration of the town.
He nods.
And if they are officially sanctioned, say by the discoverer of this planet, or the one who holds its claim, and I kind of motion to myself as rogue trader with a official, how do you call it, authority. I believe that we should be able to move the administratum and the administratum into a more position of power compared to the ecclesiarchy. Allow the ecclesiarchy to look after the tower. They should be the ones running and dealing with the administration in regards to what they need and what they can do. But the general running of the town and who comes and who goes should be left to the town, if you understand me. I'm not deposing him. I'm simply limiting where he is going from the entirety of this village and town to just the tower.
I mean, this is all quite complicated. I suppose killing them would have been simpler, but I suppose that's an affront to you.
Yes, that is why this is the political game. An unfortunate side effect of the Imperium bureaucracy is the fact that there are... The higher you go, the more you have to worry about everyone else looking for your job. He has got to a point where, in this town, that he knows the rest of you do not know the rest of Imperial society, and is taking advantage of it. he has no equal of the Imperial office here, so he has assumed Imperial office control.
So, is that normal in when your boss dies, you just take his place, and there's no bureaucracy within there's no higher power that you can go to get him removed? Or
there are. Unfortunately, with this planet being as isolated and separated from things as it is, especially with the shielding to it, that it's near impossible at this time. However, should you be able to use his old rules against him, you can depose him without worry.
I can understand that, sort of. But he's upsetting the balance, let's put it that way. And before you lot came, they were quite happy to stay in their tower and preach about different stories from your book. It's how so many of the others got enraptured by your creed. But as of late,
he's pushing back because he sees the fact that progress is being made as a threat.
Jake pulls you a bit closer. Well, the other thing is, I know Resnus her blood is high. He's increased the number of applicants to join the sisters up there, which means they're taking more of our girls, which is then upsetting more of the trueborn. He kind of gestures to himself. And I've noticed he's been making more requests from the armorer about weapons. And I don't mean swords and spears, neither.
I see.
On top of that, they're also saying that they need a tithe for food. Now, before, we were, of course, happy to share, and the facilities inside the tower, they have gardens, and they grow most of what they need. But it seems as if he's... there's no other way to say it, really, hoarding. It's got a lot of trueborn here questioning why you would need to have more arms and supplies taken from.
Oh my god.
Although at the moment it's not been anything. We all have enough food to eat, no one's going without. But some of his actions are more alarming.
I see. Right. I have an idea of possibly looking into that then through an official means. Do you... Before everyone stepped in, who took the duties of the administration?
Well, before the previous rogue trader came, we had more people here, and we had people who would
I'm aware
do stock taking.
Bosses.
Everyone had their position, but once we marched out, the deacon, the former deacon, advised that the ecclesiarchy should begin doing an audit, understanding what supplies were in town, what could be planted, what could be grown. These were more things that we would take on ourselves. There were official roles, but no one, not like official titles. We had a stockkeeper, and we had a quartermaster, and obviously we had an armsman who checked on inventory for weapons and so on and so forth. We still have them. It's not like we just hand out food with not having supplies for the hard times. We have warehouses with supplies and stocks, and but after the tragedy, we stopped going and getting raw materials. That's why you and your group had to help us with metals and with other components. We did that all in-house anyway, you know. Every society has to keep a good record of you know, how many winters they can last if there are poor harvests and so on. I guess you could call them administratum, I suppose, yeah. Well, the administrators.
Administratum is the title of the office. Administrator is a role. Adept is the usual.
Like we had administrators to check over the town and to you know, keep records and so on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, now we don't have it, and there's no official who keeps track of everything.
Yes, and that, I fear, will need to change. You know these people best. You know the people who to talk to. You know these people better than I do, for goodness sake. I need your help in coming up with some people who can form a rudimentary administratum.
I mean, we have some at the moment. The main people who, because kind of goes a bit closer and whispers a bit more. Most of the real supplies are not kept above ground. They're underground in the base below. So we mechanics have been keeping an eye on what's there and, you know, how much is there.
Your own supplies. Yes.
Aye. We have any emotions to a building in the distance which looks like a warehouse. We have stuff in a warehouse above ground for day-to-day use that we will always keep restocked. You know, if someone needs grain or bread or, you know, it could be handed out as and when needed. I suppose I could assign some mechanics to take on a more administrative role.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very well. If you can find me some good, trustworthy people who can be taken on as the first crop of administrative personnel, do so. I will try and get their office seen to officially, and that will be the first part of the plan put in motion. Understandable?
Aye, we can do that.
Okay. As you are doing it, take a stock of what materials and supplies and such you have, whether be both above ground and below ground. You do not need to make this official. Keep it. As I'm a rogue trader, rogue is in the name. I don't have to be above board the entire time. Keep things below the table from time to time, and perhaps pass me some intel from time to time. How's that sound?
Aye, that can be done.
Excellent. I will try and get a stock check of their own from the tower. And I can run it by yourselves to see if it goes above or below what your expectations are.
Aye, we can do that, and if you can get the information from within there, I can let you know if it goes above what we thought they were hoarding.
Okay.
Cooney, can you give me an awareness check, please? There's a -20 to it.
Fuck. I can't yell at you. It'll draw too much attention.
-20. I still succeed. Away for 2 degrees.
So as Heinrich and Jake are having their kind of clandestine conversation, perhaps you're just, looking around, perhaps you're walking back and forth, checking in with Thomas, or, you don't have to be stood in the exact same place. You see a shadow. I didn't hide the token. The token is very much there. Someone is listening into this conversation.
We do have microbeads, right?
You do?
I'm just going to whisper the microbeads. There are people listening into this conversation right now, so we're being watched. Should we just grab the people that are watching us and just, handle it?
Yes.
I'm going to look at Cray and then look at one of them, this one, closer to him. And I'm going to turn to the other one and I'm just going to get close to him.
The one that you'd be interested in is this one. This one's too far away, and he's behind. He's in another field. It's this one that's.
Yeah, that one there is a little bit too.
I'm just going to approach him then, and just grab him and say, I heard you would like to meet Bob. Come with me, and I'm just going to grab him and pull.
Do you want to roll stealth to come round, or are you just marching out to grab him?
I would say go a little bit more stealthy.
I'll try to be stealthy to surprise him. And since I do have a cool new gear for that, hold on, I just need to check what it does again. The
chameleon cloak.
That's right. You have like a fucking
is a +30 to.
Hold on, I
can't remember if it's concealment and stealth. Oh, hang on.
I think it was both. I just need to find it. Hold on, give me a sec. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I can't actually remember if it's stealth in this game or if it's concealment and shadowing, because I just had that reminder.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is it stealth or is it?
It's +30 to concealment, +5 for swirling energy, once per session +10. Standing still +10 to range to be fired at. Hold on.
Concealment or silent move, I guess.
So it'd be silent move to silently move over there.
Okay.
So I don't think your chameleon cloak helps with silent move.
Can I use its +10 bonus to silent move though?
Yes, because you are using it in a concealing manner. Because you are trying to, conceal yourself moving around a build, but you are technically silent, so you can't get a +20 or 30, but you can have the 10.
Okay.
So it's 8 degrees of success. So, Cooney, as you quietly move around the side of the building, you peek around the corner and you can see the individual was... I'm just going to move your token to there. He is actually one closer, and he is actively listening in to the conversation as you come round. He has no idea that you are directly behind him. If you wanted, you can make an attack, and you would have a +30. you do have so on your where the weapons section is, you do have like unarmed. You don't have to use a weapon. You can if you want. Or you can go with an unarmed, basically a grapple. You're grabbing him, and you'll get a plus 30 to it.
Thing is, I am not very strong. Let
Yes,
me
but you
just
get the element of surprise.
I mean, these are average civilians, so they're not going to have a strength higher than 30. For your average civilian, it's around 30.
So it would be, hold on, it would be a grapple, so it'd be an unarmed attack grapple, this one, right? So
Yes.
Yeah, it should
you know
be.
what? I'll try that, but I'll have the Omni knife unclicked, ready to stab if I need.
Oh God.
Sure.
Because I do have that, and it slices through everything like butter. So this is a standard attack plus 30, right? So let's see. Oh man!
Would you
know
like
what?
to re-roll?
I have 3 fate point now. I will be re-rolling that. Much better.
There we go. So as you move up, you can see he is literally up against. He's listening into everything that's going on. With 4 degrees of success, Cooney, you come round, knife in your offhand. You grab him by the mouth and pull him down. He doesn't really make a sound as your other hand comes round with the knife to his throat, and you can whisper, whatever you like to him. You're not stabbing him at the moment. You've just, hand on the mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to whisper in his ear. Don't make a sound, and let's go meet my friend Bob. You've heard of him, right?
Sure.
And I'll drag him.
Sure. He is. Where would you like to take him? Are you leaving the settlement altogether? Are you going to take him and kind of John Wick? I've got a gun to your. I'm walking you out of here. You're now a volunteer. Or are you? Yeah. Is there anywhere on the map you want to take him? Like you could take him into one of the fields where no one can see him, and
The thing is, since there is a wall here, I'm afraid. I think I'm just gonna put him in a corner where it's hard to see, and just wait for Bob and Kratos to arrive. Like there, yeah, where he's concealed.
Sure.
And I'll whisper in the microbeat that I have a rat. I guess I'll just say it in character. I have a rat. Can you guys please bring Bob? I think we have ourselves a volunteer for you, Cray.
I'm going to end the conversation here with Jake. I mentioned that this may not be the most secure location to discuss any details further. Would you like a drink? And I will escort him inside the bar. And a nice little whisper into the microbeat. Cray, Cooney, deal with it.
Okay, so between Cooney and Cray, do you want to take this person to the vehicle and deal with him somewhere outside of the Sky Tower? Or do you just want to slit his throat and leave him in a pile? I mean, any option is entirely fine.
I would like to interrogate him, but somewhere out of sight.
Okay.
I have, yeah, that could work. I have seen a really shitty horror movie called Bagman 2 days ago. We could just crumble the guy up and shove him in the bag.
Oh my God.
There's just some cracking sounds. There's a bloody bag that gets dragged through town. No, that's so that's perfectly fine. So what happens is, as Heinrich and Jake and the other mechanics kind of go into the pub, Cooney and Bob will say, escort this person out. Perhaps there's, Cooney covers her tracks by saying, "You'll love the new place that you're going to. It's a whole new settlement and a whole new world." He gets left with the Ismerians, gets chucked in the back of the truck to be dealt with later on, as you can all return. No, it's okay, Cray. He's in the truck for now.
We're not doing the location now.
No. He's in the truck, so you can leave the Sky Tower and then interrogate him as to what he knows. I doubt he's coming back to this place.
No, we have literally just abducted someone off the streets. I don't think that's a good idea.
So he'll be disappeared.
Yeah.
By the time
I would like to interrogate him first.
I did not accidentally mean to suddenly introduce you guys as the secret police, but
oh, it's great. You can interrogate him. That's perfectly fine. Just once you leave the Sky Tower, maybe people won't notice Bob's firing his gun when you've left.
You mean you hear the...
I just thought of this too. Since it is technically a mini lightsaber, it's also a perfect, stealth weapon, because it should cauterize and burn up every blood. So,
Oh shit! Yeah.
so if I were to shove it into someone's, head, it would make a nice, perfect cauterized hole straight through. So
It would. Yeah. I'm just thinking, if you stabbed them in the neck, in their carotid artery, it might bleed through, unless you really burn it through. But straight into the head, into the cranium. Yeah, there wouldn't be blood gushing out.
I wouldn't do the carotid artery. I would do the straight through the brain. It's easy, a lot, more secure.
So you have a captive. He's being held by the Ismerians as Cooney and Cray and Bob return, entering into the pub with Muttermouth and Thomas. You are introduced to the three mechanics who will be coming with you. Jake will. So, just thinking, they do have a radio system here. They do have power now, so they could technically run their Vox transmitter. So yeah.
What? That's something I meant to ask them. So, what is the power situation like here? Because we got to tune down the generator or the shield a bit, and actually get some more powers throughout the settlement a bit more. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. So all their technology above ground is now working. Essentially, all the at night, all the what look like gas lights aren't gas lights, they're lumen lights. They're all coming on now. The area actually looks like it's well lit and so on. The
Shit.
power
back. Sorry.
power situation is good. It's not bad at all. For Cray, as you're in the pub, you're introduced to the three new mechanics. You can question them, Cray, and ask them, what do they know? What's, you ask them some Adeptus Mechanicus questions. A lot of it, they don't have a clue what you're on about because it's Adeptus Mechanicus. But then they can explain to you how your lasgun works. So oh yeah, well, we can take off this is this bit, this is this bit. And they do know their stuff, but just not nearly on the same length as what Jake and Damon know. So they're better than Adeptus Mechanicus personnel, just general. If you think Jake Jake's on the same level as the Magos Explorator and Magos Errant. Damon is probably more knowledgeable than you on technology. So he'd be a higher rank than you, whereas the 3 mechanics are probably on the same level as you when it comes to technological understanding. You outpass them in a load of other areas because you have to have general knowledge on everything. But yeah, the mechanics are a decent asset, but you do think there's going to be some problems with them working with other Adeptus Mechanicus personnel. The fact that they're going to go and work with Ryzens is probably a good thing. You don't think Mars or who are the other ones? I can't remember now. It's Riser and I have to open up my notes. So yeah, the mechanics that you're getting from here should be a good addition to your new base. There shouldn't be too many conflicts of interest there. It's right. Oh, the Leif worlds, yeah. The Leif they probably won't get on well with, and neither will they get on well with Mars. But Rise are all a bunch of heretics, so they'll be perfectly fine with them. As you are having your drinks in the pub, 3 of the Shield sisters will enter, and they will basically confirm that they want to volunteer. So you will have 6 new volunteers coming with you. I will move the volunteers outside of the... Well, technically, you've got 6 volunteers and 1 unwilling volunteer. One kid. Oh, no, I don't want all of them. And 1 unwilling. So yeah, the Izmirians probably will have to, or at least a couple of the Izmirians will have to get on top of the truck. But again, they were prepared for this. They were prepared. 1 servitor in training, yeah. So So Jake will give Heinrich, Cray, and probably Cooney as well a Vox channel, and he'll inform you that he is going to turn on the Sky Tower's Vox transmitter. It's not going to be on all the time to stop anyone from the Ecclesiarchy finding out, but this will allow you to communicate with the Sky Tower from Izmir.
Oh, that's really good, actually.
So he'll give you a time limit. So basically, midday every day for an hour and a half, he'll put the transmitter on. So if you need to speak to the mechanics, to Jake, you'll have that ability from now on, because they do have the extra power supply. But there is a chance that the Ecclesiarchy could notice that a Vox channel has been opened up. And this is a Vox emitter array. So it's the back, well, it's not the backpack, it's the bigger version of the backpack Vox emitter. But he's only going to have it open on 1 channel. Rather than doing the full spectrum to get all radio communications.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I would also ask him if he would know whom we should ask to get access to the Titan equipment.
Oh God.
So when it comes to the anti-gravitic lifter, he informs you that theirs isn't operational. The only ones that they know of that would still be operational would be in a mining site that he hasn't heard of in over 100 years. He says that there was a vast mine where most of their resources came from, which was utilizing pretty much all the heavy lifting equipment. Most of the equipment they have here is not needed. They don't need heavy lifting equipment. So they do have smaller versions, which are basically used for transporting heavy equipment around the underground base. But those would be like anti-gravitic sleds. But when you tell him, we're trying to lift up a Titan, a Imperator class Titan, he thinks for a moment, because that's not actually its proper designation. And then he gives a very obscure name, which the Imperium would not know of anymore. But then he describes what it is. And you nod, yeah, that's an Imperator Titan. He informs you that they don't have anything that could lift that kind of weight. That would be at the mining site, which was taken over by the military long before he was alive.
I return. Lovely.
But they have he says if anything's damaged, they have the technology here to repair it. But yeah, they wouldn't have anything that could lift several million tons. But he would also inform you that all the information they have about the mining site is ancient. Even for they haven't heard of it. The last they heard was that it was used for gathering raw material for the world. A huge mining site that goes miles underground. But that all records that they have of it stopped being reported long before the first calamity when the Iron Men attacked this world. It was taken over by the military and turned into a black site for some reason that he doesn't know of. You guys know why it's a black site. He doesn't. But he can give you the location because, well, it used to be a mine and they know where the mine was.
Okay. I mean, we'll take out whatever information we can get, even if it is old or outdated at the moment, just for cross-referencing with our own information.
He agrees, and Cray brings up his map that he's been adding to, the paper version, not the one that's in his head. Can't show that. And Jake
just point to the map in my head.
Right about in the eyeball. He circles an area on your map, which is suspiciously close to the crashed Tau ship.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So basically, the Titan equipment is hidden beneath the rubble of the Tau ship.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's so you've got marked where the crash site is. He does a circle away from it, so it's close to it. It's in the same region, but yeah, it's the It's not on top of it. It's close. In fact, we're pretty much, as far as I'm aware, or that I can think of, we're pretty much done with the Sky Tower for the moment. Come on. There we go. Move up, move up, move up. So I'll bring you over to the world map. I'm going to...
Correct. Well, this is the crash site, so I guess this makes sense.
Yeah, I was trying to drag you all over to where the so that's where now technically, so you guys put circles here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
So technically, I have not moved the circles. So GM layer. You are moving to the map layer. What? Hang on. Uh-oh.
No, not map layer. Not map layer. The other one. Token layer. Fuck. Go to the map layer, click on the map, and
is there
set
a
the
back button?
What did you do?
He moved the map.
No. It's completely disappeared. Hang on a minute. I'm going to have to go to the other map and copy it.
Yeah.
I may have deleted it somehow when I went to map layer. Luckily.
No, it may be below the map layer.
Yeah.
If you click the map and click move to rear, it might pop up to the front.
Yeah, but if I do that, I'm also going to risk having loads of other stuff get moved around. So I'm just going to copy the one from the copy. Luckily, I have a copy.
Fair enough.
And then I'm just going to stick another one down. Right. Here we go. We'll stick another one down. So I want it to be a token then.
Yeah, token layer.
There we go.
Right.
Paste. There we go. So technically it wasn't. Oh, but you can't see the name. Why can you not see the name? Why can you not see the name? Maybe that's because I didn't allow you to see the name. That is possible. Did I not set the name to be seen by all? No, I did not. No, I did not. Let's just make sure that is... And if I save it, there we go. So yeah, you were quite right where you put that circle on the massive crater. I'm so glad I made a copy of the map now. I sat there a few weeks ago going, should I just delete this? We're not really using it. I don't really see the point in having an extra. No, now I'm quite glad I did. Because I know if I put everything else to back, I'm sure it would fuck a load of stuff up.
Just for some reason, like the one random thing that's still on the map that you weren't supposed to show us, but you just forgot this is still on the map. It's like, oh yeah, here's the murder death gun.
Uh-oh. Like, here are a load of settlements that you weren't supposed to know of. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, it's essentially directly down. I'll tell you now. It's where the servitors were coming from. When Kalindra died.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Did you want to deal with the ecclesiarchy this time around, or did you want to save that for when you come back?
Part of me wants to help out the Sky Tower now by giving them the what do you call it? Perpetual motion device.
So technically at the moment they have all their power needs sorted.
Yes.
So
However,
the only reason
Well,
they
okay.
would need the perpetual motion machine would be if the shield was still being constantly charged, because
Yeah.
that's what was draining all the power from the above ground area. The below ground section has always had power. They wouldn't allow the Archaeotech facility beneath the Sky Tower to not have power. But basically the weapons smithing area is above ground. So now that the shields have been lowered, or are no longer being charged constantly, they're able to make guns. They're able to make technologically advanced, quote unquote, weaponry.
okay. Okay. Still just kind of want to give them to be honest.
There
But
might be a case, because you haven't been in the Sky Tower, so the Sky Tower uses up a lot of power to have the holograms running and to have all the facilities, the bank operational, the training facilities, the educational facilities. It could be possible that not all of those instruments are running at full capacity. So
okay.
it might be once you enter the Sky Tower that you're like, oh, the holograms aren't running. Oh, we can't get into all the vaults in the bank. Oh, we can't use the skill leveling up system for NPCs and so on and so forth. That could also be because Jake's not powering those systems up.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Right.
Yeah, if you want to do this, if you want to do the ecclesiarchy bit now, by all means, we can. That can be put in the books. I'm guessing we're getting a bit close to ending time anyway now.
I think we are.
So, I've just seen my. Never mind.
Sorry.
So no, that's perfectly fine. So what we will do then is you're going to have a few drinks with all the people you've got, and then in the next episode you can go into the Sky Tower and do some stuff there. Does that sound?
Yeah, I think while we're here, we may as well deal with part of the fucking Sky Tower pricks.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure, we can do that. That is not a problem. I just need to click. So this is Ecclesiarchal Map 2. Oh, right, yeah, that's the schooling facility where all the kids are getting trained to be Sisters of Battle and so on. Yep. Never mind. I was just wondering what that map was, because that's the actual Sky Tower outside facility where it's just a drawn map. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Not a problem. Okay. So, that appears to be the end of our episode, as our group are preparing for their conversations with Odlif and oh god, what is the Sister of Battle's name again?
Eresnus.
No, it's Kelly.
Ares.
It's
She's not.
Eliane or
Oh, the
Kelly.
Sister Battle.
Yeah, Sisters
Yeah.
of Battle. Sister
Yeah.
of Battle. Because technically, and I will just, there is a conversation to be had with the head of the Sisters of Battle, because one of her people came back wounded. But after defeating
Yeah.
Chaos Space Marines, there may
We
be.
do need we do need to have like an actual conversation about that. Of we need to talk.
I mean, we also technically saved her life because she knew she was going to battle.
Oh no, there's no problem with her being injured. Like, she's a warrior. You accept that shit when you're a warrior. You're gonna get hurt. It's more, she has not talked to you guys about the fact that Chaos Space Marines were there.
We
Which might
didn't
be of
actually have a
interest.
proper debrief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
So there will be a conversation to be had with her even with the Oddliff section going on. So there is stuff to be talked about for sure. So yes, in the next episode, a meeting with the Ecclesiarchy and the Sisters of Battle to find out, one, if the sisters are on board with what Oddliff is doing, and two, to find out what their opinion of Chaos Space Marines being on World are, and kind of to find out if they're happy or unhappy with how you've been handling yourself. The Sister of Battle did leave before you did your execution of the one who hit the baker or the milkmaid. I think it was the milkmaid. Although everyone here knows what happened to that fool, so...
Yeah, everyone kind of knows right now.
I mean, I think if they would have opposition to it, we would have known by now, so... I don't think they care that much.
I think if he had gotten away with no punishment, they may have had more of a... But
Hostile.
hearing that he faced the ultimate sanction is like, well, justice has been served. In a very imperialistic way as well. Takes me back to India.
I mean, here's the thing: we don't have time for these re-education thingies, and we don't have the resources for serverization.
It's more of a feudal law system, isn't it? It's like, well, your body will be scattered across the land, so your soul has nowhere to rest. Goodbye.
You become fertilizer. Maybe.
I don't think there was anything left to be fertilizer.
Maybe some carbon. Maybe some carbon in the atmosphere, you know, spread across the land.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that is where we'll be ending this episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I hope you're looking forward to the future episodes to come. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.